All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Misfit Corner Comics Presents. This is the artist Andrew speaking. And that was my very first bumper that I tried doing. And now I don't know if you guys heard any of it. Hold on a second. I got to do this real quick. See if it actually. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, the audio was there. All right. Very good. Very good. Hey, Caden, how's it going? All right. Sorry about that. When I set up the bumper to start playing, I muted myself so that you wouldn't hear me breathing into the microphone while it was playing. And then I wasn't 100% sure whether or not you actually were able to hear the bumper. But needless to say, it worked out really well. So hello, everybody. Welcome to Misfit Corner Comics Presents. This is the artist Andrew speaking, and we are live streaming. And once again, you're joining me for the Hero Hour. And right at this moment, I am by myself, which is okay. I've done these kind of things by myself for, I'm an old guy. I've done it before, multiple times. So, but right now, let me see here. I got to hit a few buttons and clear things up. And we will, of course, start with a sketch. We'll start working on a sketch and eventually get into other things. Not sure exactly what else we're going to do tonight. I do have a stack of comics to share. And pretty much that's it. But you never know. We might find something interesting to share. But hey, Doodle McDoodleton, how's it going? Yes, I know the duck's still there. I'm working on it. I most likely will take care of that this weekend so that starting on Monday, it'll be a whole new stream and we'll be duck free. But I got to wait for a few other things to happen first. And it's just the way it goes. So, all right. Now, what am I going to draw this evening? I'm not 100% sure. I guess I may just start screwing around with something. You never know. So how you guys doing? How's everybody out there in the YouTube world? Everybody having a good day? I had a pretty good day today. All I did was work. But, I like my job, my day job, so it's often pretty good. Last night, last night, I went and helped my dad move some furniture out of their old place, and he gave me a desk, which I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with it, as well as a table with flaps and everything. So I took that to the store, and we'll see what we can use it for. Doodle McDoodleton said, I had a Nerf battle with my uncle around my house. We turned off all the lights, and it was terrifying with all the screaming. His friends were zombies, and I was the survivor. Oh, that sounds cool. When I was a young lad, I'd babysit for some friends, and we would turn off all the lights in the house, and then we would play like hide and go seek in the dark, which I'm sure everybody's done that before, but we never had Nerf battles, so that might have been cool. That probably would have been very, very cool. Actually, one of the things we used to do when I worked at the comic book store, not my current store, but back in the my just out of high school days, we would we take pieces of paper, roll them up in balls, and have a paper ball fight in the middle of the store. And thank God the boss never came to the store while we were screwing around, because we had customers in the store helping us play the game when we weren't supposed to. So Doodle McDoodleton's, I tripped and dropped my ammo I was down for until I had a plastic dagger. He says, I'm only 10, by the way. Oh, that's all right. You can be 10 and watch this show. I don't mind, as long as your parents know what you're doing. I'm just kidding. Oh, let's see. Who am I drawing tonight? Have not decided yet. Not sure if I'm going to make up a new character or draw somebody established. I guess at this point it's a new character, because I'm not sure exactly who it is. But so is anybody going to go see a movie this weekend? I know there's one that's opening up that's comic book related. I'm not sure if anybody's interested in that, but I know Mike and I will probably see it, but I don't know what his schedule for this weekend is, so who knows when we'll get an opportunity to. This actually looks like a young Crom. I don't know if that's what I'm going for or not, but that may be what's happening. Doodle says, me and my mom are thinking of seeing a scary movie, but we might see something different. Oh, Mike went and saw The Turning. That's the one with the kid from, what's that show on Netflix? Stranger Things, where he's like this demented, strange kid. He said it was all right. He said he is not easily scared. So, he says it was all right. Means I probably would have been jumping out of my chair. So, he and his mother actually like scary movies. I am not a fan of scary movies at all. There are some that I'm okay with, but the majority of them, I'd rather have an action adventure movie or, a real good drama. So, those are my type of movies. I don't know if any of you guys saw. Let's see, what type of drama movie am I talking about? Like The Social Network, the one about the guy that created Facebook. That's actually a really good drama movie. I like that one. That's one of my favorites. All right, let's see. All right, this one's not actually going the way I planned, but, it's all right. Sure who this character is. He looks very much like Crom, but a lot skinnier. Not sure exactly where this guy's coming from or where he's going. All right. I'm not sure where this guy's going. All right, I'm not exactly sure if this is actually going to work or not. Doodle says, as a kid who has watched countless of scary movies with my grandma, it's no big deal. The trailer of The Turning wasn't that scary. I watched Murders and Ghosts and Turning seems to be just jump scares. Yes, it is absolutely. That's kind of what's popular right now is jump scare movies. I'm not a big fan of those. The ones that you're looking out a window or the character's looking out a window and somebody pops up right in front of you like, drive me absolutely nuts. But all right, let's see. Let's do something else. That last sketch wasn't working out the way I wanted it to. So you know what we do? We put it aside and we start on something else. And I've told you guys what the scariest movie or what I feel is the scariest movie is not a scary movie at all. I'm not sure if anybody here has seen the movie The Walk. It's about the guy who tightrope walked across the Twin Towers in New York. That movie scared the ever-living heck out of me. To the point where when I saw the trailer in the theaters, I immediately turned to my wife and said, nope, 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 nope. And I refused to see it in the theaters. I ended up buying the movie and then we watched it at home, but it scared the heck out of me. Doodle, I do have a Discord server, but I rarely ever go there. I had another friend of mine set it up and I barely use it. I'm really bad when it comes to stuff like anything other than YouTube. I barely remember to put my my links on Instagram. So I do have a Discord server, I just never ever use it. So maybe I'll start using it again in the future, and I'll let you know if I do. But currently not using it at all. That's like one of those pieces of technology that, Oh, yeah, sure. Here, give me a second. Let me see if I can find where the link is, and I can share it with you all. Let me open up where is the Discord thing? It's been so long, I don't even know where it's at. Oh, here it is. Yeah, give me a second. I'll throw it in I'll throw the link in the chat if anybody out there is interested. But like I said, once again, I'm barely ever there. Maybe in the future I'll use it more often, but for the moment, you know. Oh, I understand that completely. Doodle, I understand that completely. We have a buddy of ours, Fearful Milk. He's actually in Britain. He joins every now and then, and I don't think we've ever talked to him. We've had him on streams from time to time where he show us his art and his comic collection, but I don't think we've ever talked to him. Mainly because when we live stream, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning where he's at, and he's got people that he lives with that are sleeping, so he's got to keep it quiet. So trust me, I understand that completely. Yeah, I never got the reason for the Discord stuff. I know a lot of people use it for like gaming and so forth, which I'm not a gamer, so that is something that I do not do. My son's a game. I guess my son would be considered a gamer. He has the Xboxes and the PlayStations and does go online and plays the Skyrim. See if I'm not dating myself. That'd be funny. All right, let's see. Checking my Discord. Back in August, it was 2 months old. Invite people. Let me see. All right, copy. I am copying and pasting in the chat the link to the Discord. So if anybody's interested in joining, feel free. But like I said, I don't use it very often, so I'm not sure if this is a bad thing to share it this way, but what do I know? You guys will probably take it over, and the next thing I know, the FBI will be knocking on my door. Hey, did you let some 10-year-old kid into your Discord? They went and, tried to take over the airport or something. I don't know. Whatever. That would make for an interesting story. So if you guys did do that, then let me know. Could be cool. Please don't do that. Oh goodness, we've got a joiner. Who is this? Hello.
Hello, Earthling.
Hi, Kodiak. How you doing?
Kodiak. Is that the one we probed?
Is that what?
Is that the one we probed?
The one you probed. That's funny.
He was fun to probe. He screamed extra loud.
Yeah, I bet he did. He's not used to having those probes inserted in places,
That was a virgin ass.
You're so bad. You're so bad. Hey, did you get a chance to see the intro that I set up for the show?
I have not.
Oh, well, I played it at the very beginning, and I know you weren't watching, so.
But I was trying.
I took the intro.
That's a lot of territory, his ass. A lot of territory to cover.
So, is this a new character you're creating?
I'm me.
I know.
Zoltan.
When were you created, Zoltan?
I was hatched, like all life forms.
I used to tell my daughter that girls are hatched out of eggs, and she believed me for a bit. Very small bit, but she did believe me for a bit.
How gender fluid of you.
I did it just to tease her. Because girls are pains in the asses, so.
Well, this is never getting seen.
So what you doing, man?
So canceled.
I think I'd have to be actually viewed in order to be canceled.
I had to fly my spaceship to the mothership, and then the mothership wasn't ready from the car dealership.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
So I had to come all the way back to the home planet.
Are you remote, or are you joining us from your base of operations?
I am from the planet Zoltan.
Yes. Are you there now, or are you somewhere else?
I'll never tell.
Okay.
You trying to dox me? How dare you?
No, I would never try. It's funny how your alien accent all of a sudden kind of had a Spanish tinge to it.
My mother always says I have an accent from North Zadies, but I don't hear it. So who's this Kodiak? Oh yeah, that guy. I kidnapped him.
Yeah, you kidnapped him, right?
Probed him. I needed an extra long probe.
Is that because he's a long person, or oh, geez, I don't even know where I'm going with this one. that was going bad. So
it's because it's deep.
D loves all things says, is this Dr. Deathclaw? Actually, it was Dr. Death Crow. Do you know who that guy is, Dr. Death Crow?
No, who is he? Sounds like a pussy.
Well, he was rather. Yeah. Now that he's not here, we can talk about him. He was. He. If anybody in our group needed a spa day to get a facial done, it was definitely Dr. Death Crow. So
talking about a need a spa day, that Kodiak guy, he had a lot of hair. We had to shave him before we patched him.
All right, let me ask you a question. Why is it on my stream you try to introduce these new characters? Why aren't you introducing them on your stream? Your own channel.
The jet stream or the slip stream?
I don't know. What would you call your stream?
I got here on the slip stream.
You got here on the slip stream, okay.
Yeah, it makes my shit goes really fast.
Jeez.
Better than warp.
Hey, man, we might have some minors in the audience, so make sure you behave with that slipstream crap.
Slipstream? What are you talking about? Slipstream is another type of warp drive. Oh, Jesus. The uneducated earthlings.
Yes. So what's new and happening? You're the only one here, so you're the only one I'm talking to.
Why is it always so dark on my planet?
I don't know.
Okay. So what you doing?
I'm drawing Crom, just because I want to.
Crom. I had a girlfriend named Crom.
You did?
Yes. She was a looker.
Oh, yeah?
She weighed 400 pounds.
Yeah?
My planet, that's a good thing.
Why didn't you marry this woman?
I did. That's why she used to be my girlfriend.
Oh. So now she's your wife?
Was.
I was going to say, I thought you were a bit of a ladies' man or ladies' alien. I don't know.
I'm kind of a... I can't say that. It's a kid's stream.
You know, Avery is never, ever going to come on this stream again.
Who's Avery?
Another one of our regular guests.
Oh, somebody to probe.
Somebody to probe. Yeah, I would love to see you go at Avery with any type of probing device.
How tall is he?
I don't know. Taller than me. D says he came here for the furries. Well, trust me, we've got the furries going on.
I'm 9'7". Is he taller than me?
Yes, absolutely.
I can dig him.
Yeah, I bet you could.
Hairball. We eat cats on our planet, kind of like that Alf show y'all used to have.
Oh, jeez. Somebody else mentioned Alf recently. I don't know why, but I guess it's on the zeitgeist of information right now. Because there's more than one person talking about it, so... So what's new and happening on your world? You're not even paying attention. I've lost him already.
I'm mesmerized by your hands you use to etch in little pieces of wood.
What?
This thing you do where you're etching into little pieces of wood. I'm mesmerized.
Oh, okay.
I don't have hands.
You don't have hands?
I use my mind.
Use your mind, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Any chance you might be able to locate Kodiak?
If I had vodka, God, when we put the blood test on that guy, wow. So much vodka. I think his blood turned to vodka.
I hate to say it, but I think I'm gonna have to take a page out of Ethan streams. Where he has guests come on, they say a little bit, and then he kicks them off and tries to find somebody more entertaining.
Yes,
Not that I'm saying you're not entertaining, but you're boring as hell, dude.
I will probe you next.
Yes. Okay, well, come back anytime. Oh, that Kodiak and his characters. One of these days he's going to create one that's actually interesting. Oh, hey, look. I think Kodiak's here. Hey, Kodiak. Hey. What are you doing? Oh, maybe he's not there. Maybe he was getting probed again. I don't know. We'll wait and see if he comes back. So, hey, D, what's going on, man? Anything new and happening in your world? I mean, I already told you guys what happened in mine. I got a new table for the store. Doesn't that sound fantastic? Man, I am a boring person. Oh, I think we lost Kodiak. Hopefully he'll be able to join back. Maybe. Ugh. Oh, D says he's just driving. Okay. Doodle says, I've got character ideas, but I don't draw them, or whatever that gray deformed robot with no hands does. I think he just comes up with ideas. One of these days, he'll actually, grow something more than just a bad personality, and he'll be entertaining and all. But, all right. So you don't draw, huh, Doodle? Doodle? You got Doodle in your name. You should be able to draw, or at least try to draw. My advice to aspiring artists is draw every day. That's step 1, draw every day. And step 2 is draw what you like. You don't have to draw anything in particular. Just draw what you like to draw. If your thing is furry animals, draw furry animals. If your thing is robots, draw robots. If your thing is cars, draw cars. But draw every day, Work on your skills and, Also draw from life if you can. Doodle says, I do draw. It's just not good enough. Well, that's why people practice. Trust me. If I showed you guys some of my earliest drawings, actually, I have on this channel before showed off some of my earlier drawings. Some of them are really bad. Really, really bad. I'm not 100% sure I've gotten better, but I like drawing. Therefore, keep at it. D says, draw from life like furries. D, you want to hear something funny? When I actually imagine a character, even if it's based on a real person, I imagine them as a furry. So I think that's just my twisted mind taking over my artistic representation. I say, okay, let me design a new character. This character is going to be this person, and they're going to do this, and they're going to do that. And then my mind immediately says, okay, what kind of animal would best represent this person? I did that with my wife's grandmother. I was thinking about working on a story that evolved around her, and my first thought was, what animal character would represent her? And it would definitely be a crazy ass chicken. I actually told her that one time. I don't think she thought it was funny, but I thought it was hilarious. D says, wasn't Kodiak making a comic book about a biker bar? Well, let me add him to the stream and see what he has to say about that.
What is up?
Hey, Kodiak.
Hey,
so
it's been a busy day.
You. Yeah, I bet. Oh, now you get the vodka? Okay.
What's going on?
D was just asking. He thought you were working on a comic book about a biker bar. I don't think the comic is about.
You're not wrong.
Place or parts of it took place in a biker bar, right?
You know what the biker bar's name is, though?
What's the biker bar's name?
That's their base of operations, I guess. Their club.
Their club, yeah.
It's called the Scorpion's Burrow.
Well, wasn't the title of your comic The Scorpion's Tail?
Mm-hmm.
So that makes
Yes, it
perfect
is.
sense.
At the very beginning of me working out things, like 20 years ago, I thought about playing with the name as The Scorpion's Tail, Tale, I think it is.
Mhm.
But I totally dropped that. But some of the ideas for the name and for the titling and stuff like that comes from The Scorpion and the Frog,
Gotcha.
and it's just weird stuff like that.
Gotcha. Okay. So
When I
when you,
climb onto your back, I shall promise not to sting. I'll tell you what you want to hear and not mean anything, because I am a scorpion.
so when are you going to get back to work on that, by the way?
Every day.
Okay, good.
Today kind of was not feeling good. That's why I'm drinking vodka. I've been drinking a lot lately to kind of ease the
pain of life.
pain of pain.
Oh, okay. Well,
But you know how that goes.
yep.
Where's Avery?
Oh, I'm not sure. I haven't heard from him.
Man, I got knocked out. I don't know what happened. I must have taken something very strong, and I woke up and I just feeling rough.
Oh yeah, roughed up.
Yeah, roughed up. I don't know what happened.
You have like an ache in your butt.
Ew, how do you?
How did I know?
Since you went there, you went personal. Damn, but
I don't know.
yeah, how'd you know?
Well, I have a tendency. I have a very sedentary life, so I do a lot.
You should have been a doctor, dude.
Yeah, I can diagnose you over the telephone, right?
Well, let me tell you about my scrotum.
Okay, I don't want to hear about that.
Oh, damn.
Well, guess what I'm gonna do tomorrow while I'm at work.
Do I want to know? Well, it's at work. So, sleep. That's what I would do.
No, I actually work while I'm at work. But while I'm at work, I can listen to things such as like live streams. So I'm going to listen to one of my older live streams. I'm not sure exactly which one, and I'm going to work on digging for some gold and find some clips of gold in order to do a bleep show this Friday.
Very cool.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. If I can find a decent amount of clips, like actually, I think the goal is to have at least 3 to 5. If I can find 3 to 5 decent clips, we'll do a bleep show episode.
You should have yourself a tally that if you're watching the old show and you get like 3 good clips, you should skip to another, or just mix them up by the time you get them.
Yeah. Well, I thought about that. Well, the last one we did took clips directly from the first episode of the Hero Hour, and I had written down while listening to it 17 possible clips to use, and then I ended up only clipping 11 of them, and only like 2 of them were actually any good. So,
how out of it did I sound on Ethan's stream the other night?
it was
that was a good idea, by the way, what you said.
What was that?
The Kodiak Wine Speaks or whatever. That was a good idea.
Yeah. We may have to
I don't know what it would be.
Yeah, we may have to, if you don't use it, we'll work it into something here.
Yep.
You could tell us about your day, and
I plan to be drunk every stream, so you can just Kodiak Wine Speaks. It's the speak of the day, something like that. I don't know.
You don't have to be drunk for every stream.
But it helps. I'm going into planning to be Cecil worthy.
Oh, jeez. For those of you out here that don't know what he's talking about, there's a YouTuber by the name of Cecil, and he's very entertaining, especially when he's drunk.
Yeah. You got to take everything those guys say with a grain of salt. They're just there to entertain, and I think people take themselves too seriously. If you don't take yourself so seriously, you can just have fun with things. And
well, guys, trust me, I don't drink, so it won't be.
You've never even had a sip of alcohol, am I
Oh
correct?
yeah, it goes all the way back to the night I got married. My parents gave my wife and I a bottle of champagne, and my sister and my dad had a bet on whether or not I'd even take a sip. And my sister won the bet because I poured like this much into a glass, then filled the rest with water, and then drank it. And then my wife finished off the bottle. So I did take a sip of it, and there was a cruise that we were on that I tried not Merlot, but some type of really heavy brown alcoholic drink. I don't remember what it was, and My wife says
Merlot would be a wine, so that
Yeah,
wouldn't be a
that was-
brown at
that was-
all.
but she said I was very happy afterwards. So, D says he loved seeing you on EVS's streams. That was fantastic, by the
That
way.
was fun too.
Yeah.
So I got jumbled. I forgot what I was gonna say there at the end.
Yeah.
And,
Well, you started to talk, and he's trying to end it, so get you off.
yeah. Ooh, he was trying to get me off. Damn, I didn't know that. Oh, wait.
Trying to get you off the stream.
Oh,
You evil man.
evil man.
D says, look at Andrew's fat fingers. You definitely don't want to do any kind of probes.
Look at my fingers.
Yeah, well, it's what happens when you're a fat guy, right?
I have a dude that's a colorist for a friend of I guess you could call him a friend. He's a friend. He's a colorist for some of the DC books that I've been talking to. And he held up his hand and it just looked like my hand, like a fat hand. He's like, dude, my hand is like 10 inches across. He's super tall. Like,
Oh, yeah?
like Doug TeNapel tall, evil, Sasquatch tall. But on the camera, he's a big dude. It's like, it's not skinny at all. You wouldn't call this guy skinny, even though he works out and whatever. But yeah, so it's like, I'm like, and I kept looking at my hand and I'm like, 10 inches. What the, that's a big dude.
Yeah.
And every time somebody says Doug TeNapel is 6'8", you got to realize that's as tall as most wrestlers, dude. That's a big dude.
Yep, that is true. Oh, Doodle told me to tell you that you got probed by an alien. But we're not 100% sure if that really happened, so...
How does he know my dreams?
Oh, you dreamed that you got probed by an alien?
Dude, I don't want to talk about that stuff. That's personal.
Okay. No problem.
God. But how does he know that?
Well, obviously, it sounds like you want to tell us about your dreams. So
I didn't write that online, guys.
You know what it was?
What?
You did another drunk live stream, and you told everybody your secret. That you had a dream that you were probed by an alien.
That's what happened. See, I gotta stop doing those. This is what happens when I live stream.
An alien with 6 knuckles.
I'm only brave enough to live stream when I'm drunk. It's true.
No, it's all right. It's all right. I understand. Liquid courage. That's what they call it, right?
I gotta. Since you brought it up, man.
Oh yeah, I brought it up.
He probed and it was barbed.
Oh. Sounds horrible, man. I'm so sorry for you.
It was rough.
I mean, actually, I'm not really sorry for you because if it was just a dream, it was just a dream. That didn't really happen. Right?
Yeah, it didn't really happen.
Didn't really happen.
Except in the dream, he said he'd be back tomorrow night.
Yeah? And in the dream, did you like it? Did you want him to come back tomorrow night?
He said once you go Kodiak, you never go back.
Okay, well. All right, this drawing's not coming out exactly how I wanted it to, but you know what? Screw it. I enjoyed doing it.
It's not turning out like you wanted it to, but it looks pretty.
Well,
It's pretty popping out of the frame pretty good.
the perspective's a little off from what I wanted.
I wish you had some Copics to throw on it just for a test, because that would look beast mode.
Dude, I have a whole jar of Copics right here.
Ooh.
Yeah, but I'm not very good with them. So.
No,
Actually,
that's
no,
not a
those
bad drawing at all.
These aren't the Copics. These are actually the refills for the Copics. I have a whole bunch of Copic refills.
Mm-hmm.
So, actually, I just stick to the regular old gray wash.
No, leave the colors to digital, because even if you have to.
Oh, Doodle says, do you do any game streams or play any games? No, I sure don't. I've never been much of a gamer. Avery, on the other hand,
When he can find the time.
Yeah, when he finds the time, was doing some. What's that game he likes to play? Isn't it Fallout or something?
Skyrim? Or something.
No, I think Skyrim's one that he likes to play, but I think he was live streaming Fallout.
That tells you how long ago that was.
Yeah. So
Although I haven't played, even though Fallout's one of my favorite games, I haven't played it since 3. So no, I take that back. I played New Vegas.
Okay, I'll have to take your word for it. I've never played the game, so I don't know. Fallout was the one that he was trying to build his own comic book store in the game, which was actually
That's cool.
Yeah, it was. He had a whole bunch of like a Batman Beyond suit in there, and he had movie posters and stuff like that. And I think it crashed, and he lost a bunch of stuff at some point because he had so much stuff in there. That happens from what I understand, but then again, I don't game, so I don't have a clue. Yeah, my son's the gamer in the family. And I don't think he likes to do online games very much.
You know what I realized when I watched that Ethan stream back?
Mm-hmm.
It's like whenever somebody offers me to plug, the only thing I have to plug is your show.
I appreciate that.
No, but I was like, you know, you guys have said that y'all came around before it was even Comicsgate. You know, it's like, and that was cool. I felt a little more comfortable because it was just him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I understand that.
So I had what happens is, especially with StreamYard, which I think is what he's using, you have to keep clicking that button and then you go to wait. So I didn't know, because I've never ran StreamYards. You have, but I didn't know he could see me. So I'm sitting there talking to my family. My wife walks by, no bra, and all kinds of stuff. So when he says, "Oh, I was watching you," my mind, I was thinking, I bet you were, and it's not your fault because I didn't know you could see me. True. It's true.
Yep.
But,
Doodle says, "Is there a chance I can help improve the Discord server in the future?" Feel free. I don't know what permissions I'd have to give you to let you do that, but feel free to do whatever you want there.
As in the Discord?
Well, he's talking about my Discord. I invited him so he could join my Discord, which I told him I don't do very much in there. So
yeah.
Actually, what's his name? Yoka Milk was in there setting things up and doing stuff, and I have no clue what he was doing.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was nothing bad, but like I said,
no, just setting it up.
I'm never there. Okay, he says, "I'll make a new server, but put remade." Well, yeah, go for it. That works for me. All right, hey, so you want to take a look at some comics?
Sure.
All right, cool. Because I went online this morning, and one of the places that I don't know if it's like the only. It's probably not the only, but it's probably one of the more popular places to get supplies from. The more bags and boards you order, the less it costs. Like if you go into a store right now and you just a regular standard comic book store, and you get bags and boards, 100 bags probably cost you about like $6, and 100 boards probably cost you about $10. So you're talking $16 for 100. And my store, they kind of ran out of the size I need, and I'm like, I'm not going to buy them if I'm not going to get the ones I need. So I went ahead and went online. And
yeah, who goes to the store and buys, never mind, joke.
Yeah.
I never mind.
Well, I could order enough that I could actually make some money off of it, because if you order $80 worth or more, it's free shipping. So ordering 100 bags or 1,000 bags and 1,000 boards is like $113. So that's get you free shipping right there. Plus, they were doing an extra 10% off sale.
I used to buy bags by the box load.
Oh, you did? For what? Never mind. I don't want to know. All right. So, well, wait a minute. You know what? I can include you in here.
Ooh.
You could.
Yeah, I see. The StreamYard is starting to work out.
Yeah. All right. So here.
Once you got all this beautifulness, that's a show, baby.
Yeah. Well, see, here's the funny thing. This is a stack. It's probably about 50 comics.
Is that Korean Hulk?
It's a Yogurt Hulk. Yogurt Hulk. Yes. Gogurt Hulk. Gogurt Hulk. What they were calling him. Yeah.
How did they get that name?
Because he's got a Gogurt looking coloring, I guess. I don't know.
Oh. That haircut is really wacky.
I have a box with another 100 comics The did I tell you that I bought like a set of comics this weekend from somebody? It was about 500 comics. There was about 100 of them that might be considered dollar comic worthy. The rest are all 50 centers. So, and I'm expanding the 50-cent bins. So I'll actually, number one, I'll have 50-cent bins in the store, but I'm expanding them to where right now I've got 10, 11 boxes worth. By the time I'm done, I'll probably have close to 15. So I'm going to keep adding to them.
This is another reason I don't want to come to your store, because I don't got money yet.
You'd spend a lot of money, I know.
Exactly.
That's the whole idea.
You know, you're coming across a lot of these Hulks, and the problem is they didn't do anything. He's got a weird hairdo. Other than that, he's Hulk.
Well, this is
drawn a little weird.
Let me start the segment, and then I'll explain to you. All right, everybody, here's a stack of comics. Let's go ahead and check them out. This is Totally Awesome Hulk, issues 11 and 12. I've actually got a bunch of them in here. This is when Amadeus Cho became the Hulk. And the one big difference between him and Banner is when he's the Hulk, he's pretty much still got his mind fully intact. So it's just him hulked out, and he's still an intelligent kid. But he also has a device that allows him to transform back and forth.
Oh, wait, so he's a kid?
Yeah, Amadeus Cho, he's like a teenager.
So he's basically Bad Rock.
Yeah, but he's not Rock-ish. So this is issue 11, or issue 17, 16. It's like this is him.
Look at that hairdo, dude.
15.
So
yeah,
weird.
Yeah, it's a flip. Yeah, look at the little flip, but whatever. These have art by Mahmoud Asarad, who I think is awesome.
Yeah, that cover is pretty badass for who's on it.
And then this is issues 13 and 14. This was part of, I don't know who Jeremy Lin is, but I'm assuming he's some type of basketball player. So I got a copy of Crisis on Infinite Earths number 5. Fantastic storyline.
That's hot.
George Perez art. Yeah, I find some of these every now and then, but they're great to have in the store. So it's a great storyline. This is probably one of Avery's favorites. This is Fantastic Four, drawn by Walter Simonson. He had a run. I don't know if it was a lot of issues on Fantastic Four, but they were definitely a lot of fun. This is The Old Guard, issue number 3. This is Rucka and Fernandez. This, I believe, is being made into a TV series. So I'm fairly certain that people will probably become looking for these issues sometime soon. I got a random Amazing Spider-Man issue number 55, which is actually Legacy.
I like that cover. I mean, it's nothing special, but it's pretty cool. It would make a good poster.
It's Mike Deodato Jr. on the cover, but the interior is John Romita Jr. So, yeah, not bad. Night Stalkers, guest starring Morbius. Issue number 9.
90s, very 90s.
This is a Mark Pacella cover. Oh, that is funny, with Dan Panoggia on ink. This is back in the day where these guys sucked. I got Morbius number 2, number 5, which somehow I picked up 2 copies, so I have 2 number 5s. This is one of those ones that people are looking for now, simply
because of the movie. Yeah.
Descender number 17, Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen. I have somebody who's interested in picking these up, so I'll put it aside for them. Got a bunch of old Captain Americas. Check these out.
How that color just works. It's not even that great of a cover, but it just
this is
nicer than what I was just seeing.
This is from 1979. This is issue 233. You got Sharon. Wait. Our love is over, Cap. The Grand Director says you must die. Crossfire. What a fantastic looking cover.
Can I make a mention about something that segues into crowdfunding? Sure. Right now with crowdfunding, I'm trying to figure out how to open my comic book with
exactly when did I start talking about crowdfunding?
I said I was going to segue really quick. No, you're taking longer than my whole thing was going to go back to that.
Go. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Hurry.
With that page, back in the day when it was a monthly, you could open with a page like that. But now with crowdfunding, that's one of my opening page is one of the pages I'm having troubles with, because you have to have that opening page, which is a splash page.
Right.
Your establishing shot. Okay. Every book, if you notice, of course, you're the one that told me this.
Well, this is Sal Buscema art too. So. Fantastic.
But it didn't need the first page didn't need to wow you. With crowdfunding, you can't open a page like this book, even though this is a good, a fair book.
What are you talking about? Why can't you open with a splash page?
You have to. open with an establishing shot, but you can't look at this establishing shot. Open it. It's kind of just simple, almost mediocre. Okay,
Well, this was also 1979. Remember that part? So,
and all I'm trying to say is, with crowdfunding, that wouldn't work. Even as good as that is, that's fine. That's fine. But as good as that is, that wouldn't work.
Crowdfunding has anything to do with it. It's all a matter of storytelling.
If you're paying a good amount of money, that first page has got to pop. Is all I'm trying to say.
Well, all right, sure. I guess I can go with that. Issue number 236, The Deadly Design of Dr. Faustus. That's a nice cover, too. 237, It Happened at Diebenwald, The Tragic Fate of Sharon Carter. Issue number 244. This one's a little banged up, but that's a really freaky looking cover. Who did the interior art? Don Perlin.
See, that's a little more dramatic cover.
245.
Introduction page.
I've waited all my life for this moment, Nazi. Anna, don't! Night of the Nazi Hunter. Oh, wow. Nazis were an issue back in 1979. Who knew? Man, all right. Then a more modern one. This is Captain America 396. This is from, 1992. Alone against the all-new Jack-O-Lantern, which was actually a Spider-Man bad guy, so that's interesting. And the Menace of Blackwing. Whoops. Blackwing. Don't know where that came from. We got Forever Evil number 5, working on trying to complete a set of that. This is Batgirl 3 and 5 from the New 52 with Gail Simone writing and Adrian.
I like that cover.
Well, it's Adam Hughes on cover, so not bad. This is when they brought back what's her name? Barbara Gordon as Batgirl, and kind of said, well, she used to be in a wheelchair. Now she's not.
Yeah, so it was right after that.
Yep.
She was in the wheelchair for almost 12 years, right?
Oh, she was there for a while, yeah. Cyber Force number 1. This is a Mark Silvestri book. I had a set of the first 6 issues of this, and I sold them this weekend, so I'm looking to try to put together another set. We got Astonishing X-Men number 1 with Jimmy Chung on art. So, it's got to be good. Actually, I think I have a copy of this one in the store, but Astonishing X-Men number 1.
Now, that Cyber Force, was there multiple covers on?
I don't believe so. I think, this was before that, to be honest with you. So before that was the craze, because a lot of what they did was, single issue covers. So there weren't variants.
That's actually,
if they did do a variant, it was like the title was like Chrome or something. It wasn't a whole new art piece. So
fun story about that book. I know it's not like that now, but it was. I used to use it for gift wrapping. I had so many, but they're starting.
So many of them, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We have Infinity Crisis number 5. This is kind of what you would consider the follow-up to Crisis on Infinite Earths. One of the follow-ups, I guess you could say. But Jerry Orway and Ivan Reis and Jimenez and, of course, George Perez on cover. Here's a Green Lantern Corps number 203.
I have that one somewhere.
This is Tales of the Green Lantern Corps annual number 1 with a Gil Kane cover. Fantastic. I got a random Web of Spider-Man issue in here. This is issue number 25, from 1987. Beware the Stalker from the Stars. That could be another name for Cecil. We have Venomverse number 1, Cullen Bunn and Iben Coelho, with a cover by, I was going to say Art Adams, but I know it's not. It's Nick Bradshaw, who can easily be confused with Art Adams from time to time.
For me, Venom is my childhood, the thing that brought me into comic books. That's remembering Dad traveling everywhere trying to find that book that had just come off the shelves, but now was like $10. And we was trying to go to Little Champs and Jiffies to find it. Well, the way they've gone into the Venomverse and just overused that character just really depresses me.
Well, it's what happens when a character becomes popular. They overuse them all the time. This is Shade the Changing Man #4. This is early Chris Bacalo, where he wasn't really good, but you could see shreds of greatness that became Chris Bacalo.
Uh-huh.
We have a Superman Secret Origins #6 of 6, I think. I'm trying to put together a set of this. I don't think this is the issue I was missing. I think I was missing a different issue, but this is Jeff Johns and Gary Frank, same guys that did Doomsday Clock. So it's really good, Gary Frank. We got an early issue of X-Men. This is X-Men 233 with the fantastic Mark Silvestri from Cyberforce.
And his
Yeah, this is a set. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 of Midnighter when Wildstorm was picked up by DC and they started producing these different series. This one's Garth Ennis on writing and Chris Sprouse on pencils and Carl Story on ink. So it's got good art and good story, but Midnighter is not, he's not the kind of character that everybody likes. But I got the first 6 issues and I thought what a perfect bundle that would be, Issue 1 was by Chris Sprouse. Issue 2 was by Chris Sprouse. Issue 3 was by Chris Sprouse. Issue 4 was by Peter Snegenberg or whatever. And #5 was by Chris Sprouse. And #6 was by Glenn Fabre, who usually does covers. But Kodiak, I want you to see this. Kodiak, wake up. I want you to see this. This is the cover to issue #5. This is the cover to issue #6. Did somebody in editorial
probed right now?
Did somebody in editorial go, this looks a lot like the issue before? You think somebody would have? You think somebody would have noticed that? But I guess not.
Wow.
Did you ever read this series?
Yeah. I remember
Joker,
those.
Robin.
I at least collected them, but I was a big Robin head during that time.
Well, this was a time when putting a hologram sticker on the cover counted as doing a hologram cover. Yeah. But this is Tom Lyle, who we have recently lost, with Chuck Dixon on writing. But I've got issues 1, 2, 3, and 4 for the limited.
See, with Chuck Dixon, you're always going to get the cover price. You're going to get a good story no matter what. It was worth every time.
Yeah.
Up that book.
But this is probably going to be reminiscent for somebody, so this set will be really good.
Yeah. That's a hot set. I think I had the first one.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I had.
I think I have some of the first one as well as some of the third one because they were doing different Robin limited series for a while there. But this is cool to have a whole set of them. This is Brightest Day Aftermath: The Search for the Swamp Thing, issues 1 of 3. This is actually issues 1, 2. And 3, which, as you can see, have Constantine on the cover as part of the storyline.
I like that Swamp Thing.
Yeah, and then this is the Dead Man limited series from 1986 with Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. This is all 4 issues, so I have a complete set of that. But I think I promised these to Todd, so I need to make sure I put those.
I seem to remember my dad picking those up. That's kind of I was just in kindergarten or maybe before kindergarten, so I started noticing, and he was big into DC during that year.
Oh, this is a 4-issue limited series from Dark Horse, Species, based on the movie called The Human Race. This actually looked pretty cool in the fact that the first and second issue I think were interior art by Phil Hester, which I like his stuff, but he did issues 1 and 2, but then somebody else did issue 3, and then somebody else did issue 4, so he didn't even finish the series.
Yeah. Ooh.
But somebody out there is interested in sci-fi horror and likes the idea of Species. I have the complete series of this.
What's the interiors look like? Dark Horse didn't have bad artwork inward.
This one, it looks a little bit like Phil Hester, but it's not that good. And this one,
and they ended on 4.
Yeah, this was Dennis Cowan, which it looks like it's very rushed, Dennis Cowan. Cowan. So, but anyway, if anybody is interested in any of these comics, they'll all be bagged and boarded and in the store this weekend. So come on by the Beach Boulevard Flea Market and stop by Unit C36 and find me at Misfit Corner Comics, and I'll sell you comics really cheap. All right.
All right, before you do that, okay, so
I do what?
in the segment, let's go into Kodiak Wine Speak. Put the comic books back on the table.
No,
Come on, just for a second.
no.
I need you to pull out 2 books. Promise you. Just
Which
2
two
books?
books? That's a
Mark-
big stack.
The Mark Silvestri books.
Oh, jeez, Louise.
The X-Men and the Cyberforce. And this is Kodiak Vodka Speaks. Wine Speaks. Okay. No, seriously. I mean, I'm not making any statements. I'm making observations. And you, as more of a seasoned, you have. Okay, so with X-Men on Mark Silvestri, right? You
Yeah.
had somebody that was under a boss. Okay.
Yes.
With number 1 of Cyberforce, you had somebody that wasn't.
Well, they did have a publisher at the time, but he was writing. I think. Let me see. I think he was writing at the time. No, Eric, his brother, was writing it at the time.
Right, that's right.
He was doing the art. So it's not like Todd McFarlane, where Todd McFarlane was doing the writing and Rob
doing
Liefeld
everything.
was doing the writing.
Todd could do everything, and people argue now, oh, Todd, because Spawn has gone into issue number 200 and it's gone into a soap opera.
300.
Yeah, 300. It just keeps going and
Which
going.
I still have a
But-
copy of 300 in my store waiting for you, you know?
Yes. I haven't forgot. Listen, the first 100 issues of Spawn, people were nuts about it because it was great work, you know?
Well,
And
like
it stayed
20.
true to itself. Well, yeah. But it stayed true to itself. About the time he started doing other things, he got almost bored with it, or at least looking to broaden his portfolio.
Well, there were several artists that launched their careers filling in for him on Spawn, like Greg Capullo.
Greg,
And-
which most of the stuff that I liked, I never knew was Greg. I thought it was him. I found out later that I'm like, oh no, you're attributing this to
Yeah,
to Todd.
I think
It
Tony Daniels also got, noticed there, as well as Ashley Wood, I think, did some issues on Spawn and became famous there. Well, he may have been famous before that. But Avery would probably know, but because he's an Ashley Wood fan. But
Well, my question on Kodiak's speech is the pros and cons of the working with a boss, thus working on his own project. Of
Right.
course, we know this is going to be glossier because they use the top of the line. But as far as, let's see. Let's look through this, because this is going to be somebody who's, 1, he's working on a deadline, but 2, he's got to keep his job.
well,
So
here,
there's going to be certain things that's better about the X-Men, and there's going to be certain things. Okay.
if you look at the first pages, the first splash pages for the X-Men, you set up a really, really dynamic story in just the page alone, where you have the heroes in the middle, you have the bad guys surrounding them, and they're all like, "We're going to kill you," and so forth. In Cyberforce, you have a close-up of somebody's face,
Right.
and then you see them running away from an unknown thing. This is the more dynamic, the more intense, the more satisfying splash page, where this is more of the, look at me, I can draw somebody's face,
And but I mean, it does have a certain. It's like movies today. It draws you in, and then later you look at it, and it's like, did I really like it on other levels though?
Yeah. Well, then you have a double page splash, a
Look at all
semi-double-page
going
splash.
on. Look at that.
Yeah. And then this double page, you have a static panel, pretty much for the top 3. You have a close up of a hot chick, and then you have an establishing shot, and then another close up of a face. These
Right.
guys really weren't
They
using
weren't
the
being
best of their
pushed.
ability. And then you have a splash page, a whole splash page of him jumping into action.
Like you said, it's all about. Look, I can draw. I got muscles now.
Yeah, where if you flip this page, you've got story, you've got stuff happening, you've got action, you've got heroes being heroic, you've got bad guys being villains, you've got fighting, you've got stress, you've got drama, you've got action, you've got intensity, you've got all the things that make for a good story.
And good art all along the way.
Yeah, where in this, it's just really pretty, and that's about it. And now we jump to a whole new character,
And
and
sometimes it can even get hard to follow. The story may be there, but it's hard to follow it.
well, here's the funny thing. In this story, the half splash, double page half splash, was pages 2 and 3. In Cyberforce, it was much, much later. You had a whole bunch of other pages in here before you got the double page half splash with the action.
Now, I like a splash page as much as anybody, but the way it was almost half splash page, whole splash page. With that, with
and of course, you got the hot chick. You got to have that in there as well. I'm sure there's,
especially with the reason I chose Silvestri out of that whole bunch is because one, you had two of them, the before and after, and two, he's established. He's got the skill it takes to tell a story, so he can make.
Here's the babe shot in this comic. It was actually the very last page.
Yep.
You get Storm as the babe shot, but you got Psyblade over here as the babe shot, like really right in the middle of the story. And how much you want to bet there's at least 3 more of these in here? We got another close-up of a face.
Look at how many characters. As cool as it is, there's a lot of character shots, but there's
Look, another babe shot. That's one more. Well, technically, this could be considered a babe shot. Nope, there you go, right there. That's 2. Come on, don't let me down. Be at least one more babe shot.
There's gonna be. It's gonna be like her running, I believe. Or no.
There we go. Babe shot splash page at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad I was vindicated there.
Which, if you're in the art, that's you got your money's worth. But
well, it was definitely a time where story, art, and then boom, nothing but art.
Let me compute the gravy train. Every musician, especially pop musicians, know.
Yeah.
It's verse, chorus, verse. As a matter of fact, Nirvana even wrote a song that was called verse, chorus, verse. Right?
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
Okay. But it seems like Uncanny X-Men in these 2 books is the verse, chorus, verse. It's a song that builds and then goes back and builds and goes back and builds, goes back. Whereas Cyberforce is the Yngwie Malmsteen, which is basically a shredder. And people at first you're like, whoa, you're so awesome. You're amazing. You're the best guitar player in the whole world. But do you do anything else? You know what I mean? It's just like blah, 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 all day long, and you can't hear something to get you into the artwork. So that's why I brought those 2 books up. It stuck out in my mind as
okay, yeah. Well, I thought that was a fantastic side-by-side comparison of these 2 issues. It definitely was interesting because a lot of the beats were there, but they were done completely differently and in a total different way. You had the double page splash with the action at the top. You had the babe shots. You had all that. You had the action. You had there was the more gratuitous art in the Cyberforce, but the X-Men was still a solid story, Good. Yeah, heaven forbid, every now and then I come up with some good ones, but this is definitely going to be a segment. Yeah, we'll call it side-by-side comparison.
Wine speak. Okay.
Episode 1. All right. Well, hey, Dillard's in here going, yo, 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 yo. Dillard, you want to join? It's already after 9, so we're about ready done wrapping up, but we were kind of bored this evening without anybody else. So.
That deep Dillard voice.
Deep Dillard voice. Actually, did you see? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. I'll share it with you again. Hold on. This is the bumper that I created. I'll show it to you. I'll show it to you as like the end. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
This was the bumper. Now you got to be quiet, okay? Here you go. Wait, Kodiak, you got to dance along with it, like if we were in a.
I did.
No, you didn't. You got to dance along. You ready? Here we go. Here we go.
Sure.
Shut up. Well, Ahmed says, "Thank God there are no weirdos with masks that look like crap." Yes, that is true. You missed that out earlier. We had that earlier. So,
you had someone with a mask on your show?
Yeah.
How Slipknot of you?
Yeah, very Slipknot. Okay, here we go. You ready? Here it goes. Here's the intro.
And Todd. You showed me that already. No,
No, that was I had done it. I had done it originally with the Bleep Show. That the part where it introduces all the people was part of the Bleep Show thing, and then I just added it to this one, which I had and had never used for anything. So
my son just brought me a vodka shot bottle with water in it. He teased me.
Doodle says, when do you stream? Tomorrow and Friday? Nope, I stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday nights. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday around 8 o'clock Eastern time. So, did we want to
add a weekend show in there? Nobody does anything. They're looking for shows. They complain about it all the time.
Well, I thought about it. I would love to be able to live stream from the store, but I don't have enough subscribers to do that.
Oh yeah, that would be dope. Yeah.
But one of the things that we wanted to do is we wanted to make fun of the Harley Quinn trailer for Birds of Prey, but
we wanted more
just
people.
you and I. Yeah. So instead, what we'll do is we'll watch the clip from our favorite scene from Suicide Squad. So this has no audio, so we're just
palate cleanser. A palate.
That's right. That's right. This is how we're going to end the show, watching our favorite scene from Suicide Squad.
I still had vodka in it. There's a better scene than that.
Perfect. Nope, that was a perfect scene. It ended perfectly. It started perfectly and it ended perfectly. I mean, if you cannot look at that woman's rear end and say that's not the perfect ending for a clip, there's something wrong with you. That's all I'm saying. Matter of fact, we'll just keep playing this in the background while we talk.
I'll be very distracted.
Yeah, I know. Well, here's the funny thing. When I was watching the Birds of Prey trailer, and believe me, I've watched it a couple of times, there wasn't this scene in the trailer. Part of this scene was in the trailer for Suicide Squad, and that kind of sold me on the movie. I wanted to see it because I think Margot Robbie is hot. She looks fantastic as Harley Quinn, and that scene emphasized her sexuality, her power with her sexuality, and I was ready. It sold it for me. I wanted to go see the movie just simply because of that scene. And there isn't a single scene in the Birds of Prey trailer that makes me go, I've got to go see that.
I thought a theory, a prediction that
here, we'll watch it again.
Starting now.
If I get a copyright claim strike because of this scene, I will gladly take it. Well, no, it's 13 seconds. So.
We're about to turn so fast from the past 5 years, it's going to make our head spin. It's gonna turn faster the other direction. I know what my kids are into. They're not, they're not going to.
Are your kids watching my show right now so that they can watch this scene over and over again?
No, they watch the movie.
Okay, I'm starting to feel kind of weird that I'm gratuitously taking advantage of this young lady. But you know what?
Advantage? You're not taking advantage.
I think we need to watch it one more time.
$millions for this scene.
She was paid probably millions.
No, you can offer me $100 and I'll do the scene, and you don't have to feel guilty.
Can I record you recreating this scene? That would be fantastic.
Yeah,
and then we can do a side-by-side comparison. And yes,
yeah.
Do you
run off the last two of our viewers?
Hey, do you have stockings like that? Do you have a bra like that? If you do, I will. If you do or you don't, I will get them for you.
Not my favorite Harley Quinn outfit, but Harley Quinn outfit, but it'll do, donkey. It'll do.
Okay, well.
I don't like her shirt at all. I just read what it said. That's for the first time. I've watched this movie 1,000 times, and I've never read what her shirt said.
You never read what the shirt said? Daddy's Little Monster?
Fuck. Oh, okay. I thought it said Daddy's Little. Well, Daddy's Little Monster is kind of funny, so it's not. Okay. I hate the Daddy's Little Girl thing. It's weird.
Oh, it's not. It says Daddy's Little Monster.
Okay.
Matter of fact, we'll stop it. We'll stop it. Yeah, Daddy's a little monster. Here, let's back
Daddy's little roller coaster.
let's back it up a little bit.
Okay, that's getting a little weird. God,
Yeah. It is. It is. All right, one more time. One more time.
making Kodiak blush.
I don't think anybody's watching anymore. That's okay. She's like, what? Sorry,
Oh,
I didn't mean. Oh, we gotta get out of here.
I love what you noticed when you didn't freeze it on the lesbian again, because that's perfect. It's like this is how you do scenes like that. You could have had a group of women standing over there frozen, which would still be funny. You know, it's just you didn't push it in. You didn't push it down your nostrils of other people. There you go, hot, beautiful woman. Everybody's distracted. Even the woman, where's it? Right there. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, I mean, it's funny. It's good timed shot.
And did you notice that none of the heroes are standing there watching? They're all too busy getting dressed themselves.
They're hiding behind the scenes.
Oh, well, yeah, actually, no.
Oh,
they're
look,
standing
yeah,
there watching. All right. So they're good, red-blooded American bad guys.
yeah, it's true.
Nighthawk Warrior says, what is this Misfit Comics? Harley Quinn is played by Margot Robbie.
I
Yes,
don't-
she is. But we were just saying, Nighthawk Warrior, we were just saying that this is like, well, no, I was saying this is one of my favorite scenes from Suicide
So
Squad.
my mom with names, dude. How is it hard to say Robbie over Roby?
Robbie, whatever.
That stuff my mom does. It's weird, really weird.
When
You
she
don't wanna
screams
hear
out
her
my
say
name,
Arnold
she's not.
Schwarzenegger.
When she screams out my name, she's not going to say Drew. You know. So you know, I'm not going to get her name right. That's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
Oh, I just looked over. My wife's sound asleep. Thank God. So, do you want to take a look at the
The
trailer?
clip again? Yeah, sure.
No. The trailer for.
Sure, yeah, we can do that. Wait, I gotta find my other shot because I know I have one. I have another shot. Fire it up, fat boy. Oh, that's Ethan's name.
Yeah. I'm working on it.
All right.
Ooh, we got the SpongeBob movie. I'm sure that's something you'll want to see.
I'll be back in 30 seconds. Oh, God, dear God. There's a new SpongeBob or old SpongeBob?
A new SpongeBob.
I'll be right back. Okay.
All right, make it quick.
Adrian.
I can't believe I don't know where this is at. I'll have to do a search. I don't know how to say her last name in chat form. Yeah, well, most likely I wasn't going to get it right to begin with. I can't say anybody's name right. Let me do a quick search. Birds of Prey. No, what we were doing is we were talking about reviewing the Birds of Prey trailer, and then I said, well, why don't we just watch this clip from Suicide Squad over and over and over and over and over and over again? And that was more entertaining. So, hold on a second. We'll get this queued up, and we will take a look at this trailer. I wish there was a second Suicide Squad trailer out yet, but I don't think there is that yet. All right, we're ready. As soon as Kodiak gets his butt back. Got the audio on? Let me make sure the audio is on. Yep, okay. You guys should be able to hear that. This is the official Birds of Prey trailer number 2. Yeah, there is a Suicide Squad number 2 being worked on. At least that was the one that I think they fired James Gunn from, and then they hired him back, or maybe that was Guardians of the Galaxy. I forget. Whatever. It's all the same to me. Well, what Nighthawk Warrior, one of the things I was saying is that particular clip from Suicide Squad was in the trailer for Suicide Squad, and it was enough to make me go, ooh, I want to see that movie. I want to see that scene, because number one, she looked absolutely fantastic. She was sex on a stick and just great. And I was telling Kodiak, I don't remember a single scene from the Birds of Prey trailer that made me go, I got to go see this movie just to see that scene. There was nothing. So we're going to take a closer look at it, and we're going to see if I'm lying. We're going to see if there's actually a scene in this that makes everybody want to go see the movie.
Apparently, I drank 6 bottles of vodka while I was sitting here.
That's it?
That's all.
Slacker. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I was just re-going over the whole thing with Nighthawk Warrior about how the scene from Suicide Squad made me want to see the movie, and that I didn't think there was a single scene like that from Birds of Prey. So now we're up to speed.
Now, before we start this, because I did tell you a couple things behind the scenes, I would like to say this.
Okay.
One of the things that kind of bugs me is same thing my wife said. Now, she was a fan of the comic book. It would come through the flea market when she was a kid, and she'd get to read the actual Birds of Prey.
Right.
So when the show came on, it was nothing like the Birds of Prey, and it could have been so easy to do the Birds of Prey. Now you have this movie, and you want to do a Birds of Prey movie, but you utilized Harley Quinn and the star power. You did whatever you did, showing that you didn't get the concept, because all you had to do was use an actual Batgirl, Barbara Gordon type Batgirl, and you'd have sold the movie, and you could have still had your girl power movie. But you've proven you don't get the concept.
If and only if Batgirl had been introduced in any of the previous movies.
No.
Nope. You could not have done a cold Birds of Prey movie with Batgirl, Huntress, Black Canary, and it be successful. They couldn't do it. None of those characters were.
We had watched at least 4 Fast and Furious movies that we found out were later that they were prequels. I'm all about, like with Spider-Man already being Spider-Man. Go in and establish the character with some mystery and have to find out her backstory later.
No, it wouldn't have made the splash. They purposely said, let's make a Harley Quinn movie. Oh, by the way, let's introduce some new characters and we'll just call it Birds of Prey. That's what they did, They could not. There was absolutely no way Batgirl, Black Canary, and Huntress was going to gather enough attention and enough people to say, oh, that looks, no matter how they did it.
Especially what they wanted to do with
happen.
Characters.
Right. It absolutely was not going to happen. They had to make it a Harley Quinn movie and then throw in some new characters, which could eventually spin off and do their own thing. But I don't think this movie's going to have the impact everybody thinks it's going to have.
Do you remember how many comic books they sold with Huntress and Sex Appeal? They sold with Black Canary and Sex Appeal. So now they have to throw those characters in as throwaway and have Harley Quinn as the sex appeal. Well, even for women, because we know we live in a generation where there's just as many lesbians as there are men, apparently.
Yeah, well, Nighthawk Warrior kind of proved my point. He says Black Canary is in the Arrowverse TV show on CW, not in the DCEU movies, and nobody cares.
Mm-hmm.
You put her in a movie, nobody would notice, because how many people actually watch Arrow and the DC Universe TV shows?
Yeah, you threw her.
I actually own all the seasons, and I didn't even know Black Canary was in there. Yeah. I haven't watched them all
yet. You would throw her in 100%. Stop being afraid. It's comic books. Stop being afraid of the comic book costumes they wore, and just start representing them.
They didn't do anybody in costume at all. And the only reason why Harley Quinn in this Birds of Prey trailer changes clothes so often is so they could sell different.
So let me ask you.
Dolls or girls.
As a Transformers fan, we know this well. If you are a character in name only, are you really that character?
What does that mean?
If Transformers has this thing, they love to use the name because Marvel owns the name, but they won't use the actual character that they gave the name back in the TV show. Because when the UK Marvel comics come out, a lot of the names came from a guy that worked for Marvel.
Right.
So Marvel owns the names. So skip a few little bit later, they can't use the name Octane. They have to call him Tankor or some craziness. All right. But at least he looked like the character he was supposed to be. A lot of times, like in the movies, like in the Michael Bay movies, you'll get RC. Was that RC? No, it wasn't RC, because she didn't look like RC. She didn't talk like RC. She wasn't RC.
Right.
That's my
right.
point with this. They don't look like the characters. They don't act like the characters. They're the characters in name only.
Okay, I see what you're saying there. All right, let's watch some of this trailer. You ready?
Mhm.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You're ready.
I can still see a hot girl, even though she's wearing. Remember, I was Jehovah's Witness. They used to wear stuff from here. We had to see beyond the heavy clothes.
Okay. Well, don't go overboard on this one. Okay. You ready? Oops. Hold on a second. Now we hit play.
Ankles.
Can I help you?
Why, yes, you can. I'm here to report a terrible crime.
Now she actually looks like the character from the animated series, because I do remember an episode from the animated series where she was dressed almost exactly like that with the scarf and the hat. So I mean, that is a throwback to the animated series, and that's fantastic. That's awesome. So,
But she kind of sounds like a character from the Adam West show, like a bad guy from the. She kind
well,
of
in the animated show, she was often silly and had a silly accent, and that's kind of what she's doing here. So, all right, let's play this and see how it ends up.
And what terrible crime is that?
This one. Ah, shit. I told this all wrong. Quick history lesson.
Okay.
I love the accent she picked for Harley Quinn, by the way.
What's her name? The girl from Big Bang Theory did whatchamacallit, the voice of Harley Quinn in the Batman Harley Quinn animated movie, and I liked her voice in that.
The one where they date rape
Nightwing?
Nightwing.
Yeah. Who wouldn't want to be Nightwing, All right, here we go. We'll continue.
This all started when the Joker and I broke up. It was completely mutual.
Good scene.
And soon enough,
Nice little throwback with the Acme chemicals there,
Yep.
in case you hadn't noticed that.
I didn't notice that.
You didn't notice that? All right, well, here we go.
But that's perfect. I mean, we broke up. It was mutual. That's funny. Yep.
I was back on my feet, ready to embrace the fierce goddess within.
Yeah, right. It's right.
It's so
Isn't that how every girl's
now when I
night movie
cut
starts
my
out, though?
to Jay, I'm
I guess so, maybe. I don't know. I've never
Yeah.
broken up with a girl and had a reaction like that.
She was throwing parties, Andrew. Damn it.
I've never broken up with a girl at all, so I don't know.
Yeah, you married the first girlfriend you had, right?
She said yes, and I said, I'm done.
Smart man.
I did everything I could to keep her, because you know what? I wasn't going to find no others. I love that woman. All right, here we go.
about to learn that a lot of people want me dead. All alone. And at the top of that list is this guy. And so peaceful.
This is why.
Turns out,
That cocaine?
Yes, it is.
So she's a cocoer.
Well, you look at this face, and this is the kind of face that Harley Quinn would make, just being herself, And in this movie, they're implying, she's got to get high on coke in order to become the crazy character that she actually is. And that's,
I think this was just an opportunistic high. I don't think she's actually it's just like, hey, here it is. I'll use this to be an accelerated version of myself.
Yes, this is Deadpool in female form.
And I do get a sense of that. It's
Yep.
true.
All right, here we go.
the only dame in Gotham looking for emancipation.
This is very-
He's after all of us. The kid just robbed him. You betrayed him.
Now, the girl that plays Cassandra Cain, who's the pickpocket in this, Cassandra Cain in the comics is
Batgirl.
a version of Batgirl, not the version of Batgirl. The actress that plays her, I like her. I think she's awesome, but I think she's going to have such a small role in this movie. She's going to be more or less a sidekick and just a little extra thing.
Wasn't Cassandra Cain deaf or something, or mute or something?
She was mute. Well, she could talk, but she just didn't. She wasn't. When she was raised to be a fighter, to be an assassin, to see in everything she saw was in fighting and killing. That's how she communicated at first. And this is going to make her into a pickpocket. I mean, that's really underutilizing
This picture, Huntress.
This is Huntress, yes, who actually looks kind of hot in this. So we will hit play and we will continue.
You killed his BFF.
What?
You are so cool. You never.
Yes, she is. She doesn't really look like the Huntress, because one of the things that always got me about the Huntress is the long, flowing black hair. There was something about that. The Italian, mafia Chiquita, type thing. But this looks like any...
Can I say something? They've
Sure,
turned.
go ahead.
They've turned Harley into Barbie doll. Now, having a daughter, having helped raise a girl who's now an adult and moved out, they do that a lot. They will sit in front of a mirror for hours and change their clothes. That's a thing. So if that's the audience they're trying to grab, having Harley dance through a lot of different outfits is a good move.
Nighthawk Warrior says Huntress has black long hair and wears black, white, and purple outfits. She's the daughter of Batman. In one universe, she's the daughter of Batman. The daughter of Batman and Catwoman.
Funny enough, that's the first. When I was young, I remember my sister she would not read anything Huntress after that.
Right.
Once they changed that.
Yeah, they changed it. They that was like Earth 1 or whatever version of Huntress in the current Marvel,
But
in the current DC universe. She's no relation to Batman at all. So.
But when it was going on, it wasn't multiple Earth or nothing like that. It was the story. They just changed it.
Right.
That was official at first.
All right,
but she looked kind of weird back then, if I remember correctly.
And you're dumb enough to be building a case against him. So, unless we...
Was there a time that Rosie Perez was hot?
90s, yeah.
Really?
Hey!
What's up, Mr. Dillard?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
We're watching a trailer. We're commenting on a Birds of Prey trailer. What are you up to?
Birds of Prey?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Pray for the birds.
Pray for the birds, yeah. Pray for all the pretty birds.
Feed to the birds. Toppins a bag.
Toppins a bag. That's right. Okay. All right. Here we're going to continue with this. Here we have Black Mask. Oh, Ewan McGregor, Obi-Wan himself as Black Mask.
all want to die very unpleasant death. We're going to have to work together.
Sure.
Isn't that the same plot as the last movie? Only now it's all girls.
Pretty much. So, and then of course you have Ewan McGregor with a really mean-looking face, putting on his black mask, which I don't know.
Are they sniffing cocaine
again? Are they what?
Were they sniffing cocaine again?
I don't know. They could have been.
This whole movie is about drugs. I'm in.
Let me go back.
They're I gotta live vicariously through movies I watch.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Well, there was some type of little purses or something, so I'm assuming that maybe it was. All right, here we'll continue. Anybody notice how that car drove straight with its driver getting his head bashed into the steering wheel?
I was yelling at my kids. I didn't notice.
Let's watch that again, because you'll notice the car is still driving perfectly straight along the road, along this back alley with the driver's head being smashed into the steering wheel.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'll be back.
Okay. Watch.
Yeah.
That is one amazing car. That has got to be a modern car because it's driving all by itself.
Well, I mean, let's break this down.
Let's not.
If you hit the head, maybe you stun and you freeze in all your muscles, so he's driving really straight.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly what would happen. Yeah, the camera shot would be perfect. That car is perfect while his head is getting smashed.
We need the nice explosion, so it's in
Yep. Hey, once again, see that's the kind of scene that my wife would point out and say, "What the hell is going on?" I said, "Honey, it's a comic book movie. Just sit back and enjoy the movie." You know?
Sometimes I feel like a lot of people forget that part. It's a comic.
Oh
book.
no, you're not going to forget that with this movie. Absolutely not. All right, here we go.
Psychologically speaking, vengeance rarely brings the catharsis we hope for. Yeah. Are we ready?
Why did I laugh?
I don't know. That's what you call a girl pep talk. Just so you know.
No, it was her psychologist stuff. They got to point out that remember she is Harley Quinn still.
Now it jumps back to the opening scene in which she's robbing the bank and she's shooting glitter bombs at people with shotguns.
Oh yeah, how
Sounds
fun!
legit to me.
Yeah, yeah.
Diller?
Oh, wait a minute. I just realized who the Huntress is. That's the chick from
Yeah, she's actually not as bad as everybody was making it out to be.
she's the chick from what was that show about the people that created the internet?
Did you say Huntress or I was thinking of Black Canary. Never mind.
No, I don't know who Black Canary is, but the Huntress, she what is the TV show? The one about the people that created the internet and it's like totally bogus, but it's not Silicon Valley. It's the one where it's the command stop and roll or something, or click and delete or something. Oh, somebody out there will know what I'm talking about, but okay. She's kind of hot from that show. So, all right, here we go.
Turn it up.
There's Black Canary. Yeah, Black Canary's not that bad of look.
Yeah, and what's actually kind of cool is you actually see her using her powers. So
legit power too.
that's very cool. That's very cool. So
Oh shit! Is that a hyena in a bathtub?
I
Named
just
in
got
Bruce after that hunky.
Oh, the hyena steals the show. That's
oh
the-
yeah, especially this line of what she names him. Have you heard this part?
Oh yeah. After
All
that
right.
hunk. Yeah, wait, go ahead.
Let's finish playing it and then we'll comment on it.
I'm psychic.
Kodiak, you do not know how to play this game.
No, I don't.
Let us continue.
Named in Bruce after that hunky Wayne guy.
I've never seen it laugh before. I just gotta.
Okay. I hate to say it, but any scene that has the hyena in it might
gonna
be
be
worth going to see for that.
I'm gonna go see it with my wife. I'm just gonna throw caution to the wind and have fun. Grab me some popcorn and say fuck it. It looks like you can tell there's some hot scene. There's gonna be. I mean, just go and see it.
Well, there's absolutely no scenes like this one though. There's absolutely no scenes like this.
Not in the trailer.
Yeah, but this was in the trailer. This sold me on the movie. Was what I'm trying to say. There was nothing except that laughing hyena from the Birds of Prey movie that makes me want to go see it. Oh well.
Who's the little girl? Like
Let's watch it one more time. The little girl in the trailer?
Yeah.
That's the girl that's playing Cassandra Cain.
So
It's Huntress, Black Canary, Cassandra Cain, Renee and Montoya, and Harley Quinn. Those are the five main characters.
girl, you'd have to be physically fit enough to compete in the Olympics as a gymnast, and yet that is your Batgirl.
They're not doing the Cassandra Cain Batgirl. They're doing some type of pickpocket character. And they're just saying she's Cassandra Cain. They're destroying the character.
You know, they've been doing this since the 90s. You'd think they've just read any Wikipedia where people get pissed at this thing.
Well, I'm actually impressed that they actually had Black Canary using the canary screen, you know?
And actually looks like, you know, I know she's half black or whatever, but who cares?
That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me at all. You know?
But
The Black Canary
just
is
having her use her power or, oh, God forbid, be in her costume.
Oh, having her use her power is so cool. I guess if you get shoveled shit long enough, it tastes good when you get sand kicked in your face.
Yeah, it does, man. Yeah, let's just watch this clip again. So,
Embarrassing. This is like a Schumacher. They're doing like a Schumacher version, right? Like it's just like all over the top and kooky, and it's not supposed to be serious. It's
Well, if you look at like the
Yeah, but you-
background images and so forth, yeah, you could definitely tell this is.
And I gotta come. This movie makes me want to complain about this generation's taste and style. It just seems like everyone's on meth. No,
Yeah, it
No.
does feel like that.
it's like
But
tattoos on the.
It's just it happens when you get people that try to bring the comic book pages to life, but they do it in the silly, stupid way that they do like that.
based on that trailer, their target audience are the nightclub crowd. You know, with the disco balls and the rock, the blaring music and the dancing and the drugs and all that.
I got a question.
That's all it was.
Did they kill their audience by making it R? Did they kill the dads and whatnot that is like, okay, I'm gonna take my kids to go see this movie?
Oh, this is not a movie for kids.
No, it's R. But
Even
that's my point.
Suicide
Is,
Squad wasn't a movie for kids, you know. But I mean, it had
Suicide Squad was about as objectionable as Mortal Kombat Annihilation. It kind of just felt, or Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie. There was nothing to it. It was just a, B movie in the form of a big budget movie.
Nighthawk Warrior points out Suicide Squad is probably better than the Birds of Prey movie will ever be. You guys got to remember, the Suicide Squad won an Academy Award. Okay,
You keep
Birds of
reminding
Prey is not going to win an Academy Award.
for best change during a movie. For best
No, for that one scene,
outfit change.
for that outfit change. Yes, it won.
You're
for
lying.
costume.
You made
No, I'm not lying. Suicide Squad won an Academy Award. It was either makeup or costume.
If it's costume, then it is for that scene.
I'm going to double check right now and prove it to you. Best makeup and hairstyling. So, yeah, okay. 2017 winner for best makeup and hairstyling. Suicide Squad is the only comic book movie out there that has won an Academy Award.
What is it? That doesn't even mean anything. Academy Awards don't mean anything.
I know it doesn't mean anything, but I tell you what, Birds of Prey, the fabulous emancipation of Harley Quinn, or the emancipation of the fabulous Harley Quinn, or whatever the hell the title is not going to win an Academy Award.
What does that mean? What does that matter?
It
It's a
doesn't
garbage-looking movie about garbage C-list characters. Who cares about the movie? Why?
It's something to make fun of, other than each other. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, you got a wellspring.
He
Like
said,
Kodiak.
he said, for 10 minutes, I get people not making fun of me.
They weren't making fun of me. Nighthawk Warrior says, but I prefer Man of Steel and Wonder Woman. I agree with him 100%. I don't like the Birds of Prey trailer. It looks nothing like what it should be. Avengers Endgame won the award and Infinity War. It did? Really? Are you sure? I got to check that out.
When are one of these movies are bound to have such a fucking loss that they're going to kill. Unfortunately, they're going to.
No. Avengers Endgame was nominated for Best Visual Effects. It did not win. So.
Endgame was nominated for. That was a downgrade from some of the other movies that.
Oh well, wait a minute. The Oscars for that hasn't been done yet. And Infinity War, which was the first one, was nominated for Best Visual Effects, but it did not win.
I'm 39 years old this year. You know what I found out in my 39th year?
What did you find out?
Actually, I don't know what award it is. Forgive me for not knowing this shit, but there's an award for Best Award Show. no, literally, I caught it because I was trying to look for Ricky Gervais's monologue, and it's like one of the guys that was nominated for best sound setup of like the Oscars or whatever the year before or the month before, one of the other shows, and I'm just like, fuck you. Really?
Okay. Nighthawk Warrior has corrected me. Black Panther won for best original musical score, best costume, and best production design.
But you didn't like the musical score?
I honestly don't remember it.
I didn't like anything about that shit movie.
It was also nominated for best sound mixing, sound editing, and best picture.
Black Panther had one of the gayest CG scenes in it, but it wasn't a bad movie.
It was a terrible movie. It was an awful movie.
I didn't find out about any of the controversy until after I was out of the movie, so I thoroughly enjoyed it.
What controversy? Did you watch the end scene? Did you watch him fighting the bad guy at the end? Did you watch that VR trooper looking? It was the most embarrassing. It was so embarrassing. I had to get up. I paused the thing, had to get up and get some water, make sure nobody else was in the house, and
I seen it in the theater, and the theater takes out a little bit. When you shrink those CG down, it gets worse.
Dude, my TV is 82 inches. What are you talking about?
Even the theater.
Yeah, at 82 inches, I'm worse.
Even in the theater, when they were falling, you didn't notice it so much everywhere else. But when they were fighting and deciding to punch, I was like, man, this reminiscent of fucking what's the third Keanu Reeves.
Talking about Matrix Revolutions.
Yeah. It was very reminiscent of that bad CG.
It wasn't reminiscent. It was worse than Revolutions.
Tell you what, when they were going over the city of Wakanda and when they were doing things in the theater, that was beautiful. It was gorgeous.
Oh yeah, especially if you sat in the back row and could see the whole screen. Oh well.
All right, I don't get it. Like, okay, so the movie was great because it had a pretty picture of Wakanda.
No, it was just a fun movie. There was nothing to really go. Oh, it wasn't Schindler's List, but this is well.
It wasn't.
It was the movie where they started stapling like Marvel is, it's everything is, compared to Marvel, and if it's a good movie, you got to compare it to Marvel. Bullshit. It's no drama. It's no movie where two actors have to act together.
Well, it's
just a freaking comic book movie.
Black Panther was nothing more than the Marvel template. It's exactly the same. Exactly. Every movie, at least the first movie, is the hero versus himself. Doctor Strange versus Mordo or whatever his name. Black Panther versus Killmonger. I mean, they're exactly the same. Ant-Man versus Yellow Jacket. They're exactly the same. Iron Man versus either, who was the bad guy in the first one? What was his name? The guy, he was in the big robot.
Obadiah.
Yeah, but what was the name of what was it when he was in the robot?
Warmonger. No.
Warmonger.
Yeah.
Yeah, so every movie it's the same. It's the character versus themselves.
Warmonger is what's his face?
Captain America versus the Red Skull, another super soldier. They're all the same. Thor versus Loki, or Thor versus whatever. Ironmonger, whatever. But
thank you.
Besides the point.
Right. That's not besides the point. I mean, you are correct.
That is the point. It is the point. It follows the Marvel template. It's the character, it's the hero versus themselves. That's how all their movies are. That's how all their movies are in the beginning. It's the Hulk versus the Abomination. It's the character versus themselves.
But that brings me to the point I was going to make earlier. Is there's about to be a big, huge superhero movie, and it's going to eventually fail. We've been doing these movies for 12 years now.
Well, we've talked about that, where with the Marvel movies, there's got to be a bomb. There's going to be a bomb coming.
And it's going to, but unfortunately, because they keep trying to drain that, they keep trying to, what is the word for when you just keep suckling?
Going back to the well.
Yeah. The well's
There's a lot of suckling at that well, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of, even DC's pulling from that well. They sneak in the nighttime trying to make a movie. So something's in the next couple years. We're gonna see something.
No, I think the answer to that question is Thor: Love and Thunder.
Jesus. Yeah, that's the answer.
Yeah, that is the answer. All right, well, guys, I appreciate y'all coming in, hanging out. It's already this is more than an hour. We streamed for a very, very long time, so it's definitely time to wrap up. So for everybody out there who's still watching, thank you so much for joining. Nighthawk Warrior says Captain Marvel did well regardless of the bad stuff. That is true. And I bought Captain Marvel. I bought Captain Marvel. I have the Steel book. I have still yet to watch the movie. I got it before Christmas, and I still have yet to watch the movie. So
he said it was a good movie. Go watch Green Lantern. It's the same movie.
Okay, absolutely. All right, everybody. Good night. Thank you so much for hanging out. Yeah, whatever. Go back to your drinking.
Jet Pilot.
Bye.